Hey, Sean Kilcar here with Fleet Owner Magazine. Behind me is the John A. Roebling Suspension Bridge. It's linking Covington, Kentucky with Cincinnati, Ohio. And as we take a look at the bridge here, what's important to remember about this is this was the precursor to the Brooklyn Bridge. It's one of the longest suspension bridges built at the time. It was opened in January 1st, 1867, though completed December 1st, 1866. This was a primarily built for commerce. There was no reliable way to get goods to and from Ohio to Kentucky because the river was very unpredictable. It's closed, the bridge is closed until November 2010 because they are repainting it. And what I'm showing you here right now are trailer-sized sandblasters that they bring up into the bridge here to take off all the rust and everything and put on a fresh coat of paint. Back on the bridge here, as we're a little bit closer, you can see how much work is going on here. The bridge is about 1,057 feet long, and originally the flooring was all made of oak lumber. It required 600,000 square feet of oak lumber to lay the floorings for not just pedestrian traffic and carriage traffic, but for trolleys. It was a toll bridge, privately funded, privately owned for most of its history up until 1953 when it was bought by the state. And the Commonwealth of Kentucky actually kept charging tolls until 1963. You can see Paul Brown Stadium where the Cincinnati Bengals play here in the distance, right as we're still on the Kentucky side. We're going to go across and take a look on the other side. And just to show you, we're walking down towards the, actually across and over towards the Ohio side of the Ohio River. And as you can see, it's like going through a tunnel because everything's covered on the bridge because they're doing all the sandblasting. And this is the only, pedestrians are only allowed to use the bridge right now until it reopens in November this year. You may hear a little banging and scraping. It's a 7-day-a-week project here as they try to keep the bridge fresh and protect it against the elements. In the background you can hear the sandblasting that's going on. The bridge was completely structurally rebuilt in 2006. They've lowered the weight limit allowed on the bridge to about 11 tons. Trucks crossing the bridge, it's a 2-lane bridge, must stay 30 feet apart from each other. Like I said, they're repainting it right now. It's going to be reopened in 2010 in November. It's interesting too that for the longest time, like I said, it was a toll bridge. You had to pay a penny as a pedestrian, 15 cents as a horse and buggy, and 25 cents if you had a 3-horse carriage. What would be the truck of the day when it opened back in 1867 rather. The Commonwealth of Kentucky bought the bridge in 1953 for $4.2 million and collected tolls until 1963. Since 63 it's been toll free. You can hear the sandblasting that's going on. It's getting louder as we approach the next part now here. On the Cincinnati side of the river, as you can see, here's Paul Brown Stadium where the Bengals play. Over here it's a little bright, but that's the home of the Cincinnati Reds. The bridge, like I said, now owned by the state. It was entered into the National Register of Historic Places back in 1975. It's also in the national, I guess, the record books for civil engineering as well. That was entered in the in their record books back in the 1980s. Like I said, this is the precursor of the Brooklyn Bridge. The Roebling family built this. Washington Roebling, the son of John Roebling, is the one who finished the Brooklyn Bridge. And a little bit of trivia, Cincinnati, where we're standing now, was the name of the horse that U.S. General Grant rode in his campaign to defeat Robert E. Lee. And Washington Roebling, the son of the maker of this bridge here in Cincinnati, served in Grant's army as part of that campaign. Give you an idea how loud the sandblasting is on this bridge. We're going to walk right through it. All right. I can barely hear myself think now. Wakes you up better than a strong cup of coffee.